Welcome back, Sideshow fans. My name is Jon Deak. I am your host for Final Production, and today I got something really awesome to show you guys. It is going to be the Threezero Bumblebee series Blitzwing Transformers figure. It is an early production sample that we were able to receive, and I'm going to review it and see if I like it, tell you guys what I think, and let you know if it's going to be worth your hard-earned money to purchase it. With that said, just a quick history on Blitzwing. He came out in 1984. He was part of the G1 series, Decepticons, and a couple toys were made of him, primarily the first toy released in Japan, and he was a triple changer. He turned into a Japanese tank and also robot mode and a MiG jet. And then later on, some other companies like Takara released him, and then again later on, you had Hasbro re-release him. So it was quite a surprise to Transformers fans who went to see the Bumblebee film when they saw Blitzwing, because some of them assumed it was Starscream. And inside the Bumblebee film, he's actually a F4 jet. So that's what you guys see when he's taking Bumblebee up the mountain. And obviously, I'm hoping you guys have seen the movie, so spoiler alert, he rips out his vocal box, and Bumblebee can't talk anymore in the beginning of the film. But this is the Blitzwing figure. I have it here. It is part of the Bumblebee series. You guys have already seen Bumblebee. He's already been released. One last thing I want to do is just give a huge shout out to a really good friend of mine who works over at Threezero as an artist. His name is JD Kim. He's been with Threezero for a long time, and he is just a phenomenal, incredible artist. Really cool guy, good friend. And if you're watching, JD, hello from Sideshow. Before I unbox him, I just want to give you guys a quick glance at the box art of the figure, so you get an idea of what the box is going to look like in the event you decide to get this figure or not. And it's got pretty cool box art. It's got the figure of Blitzwing on the front, Transformers Bumblebee DLX Scale collector's figure. It's also going to have a ThreeA logo on the back, Hasbro logo, Transformers logo. Then on the bottom of the box, you're going to have this holographic sticker, which is usually a sign of authenticity. And then over here is going to be the barcode. The box that he comes in is a flip style box, so you're going to be able to flip open the front of the box here and see the figure through this window. That about covers the outside of the box. Let's go ahead, get inside, get all the parts out, and go over all the accessories. that we got the unboxing and I showed you all the accessories and got it all out of the way, I want to do some of the articulation next and show you what the figure is capable of doing. Now, it says in the manual that he is capable of 51 points of articulation. Obviously, I'm going to just go over the basics with you so you get a general idea of what this figure can do. The first thing I'm going to do is check out the arms and see what they're capable of doing. So let's go ahead and give them an extension all the way up to about right there. And the arms over here actually can swivel out, sort of like an Iron Man figure might swivel out. So let's swivel them out, both of them. Now they're both completely swiveled out, and let's see how far up we can go with it swiveled out. And it's about the same. And you're going to get a curl at the bicep. That's going to go to about there. It is not going to be double jointed, so don't go any further than that. And you're also going to get a slight swivel in the forearm. It's just, right about there. And as for the wrists, they're on a ball joint. You can move them any which way you want to. So moving on to the hip area, you're going to get a swivel to the right and a swivel to the left. The legs will fully extend out to almost completely flat, if not even higher than flat. Let me try to show you guys that so you can see it all in its glory there. And once you pull them back down, you're also going to get a swivel here at the upper leg for both. And you're going to get the movement up, so you can see it there. And quite a bit of movement back. Now, the knees over here are double jointed, so if you come to the point of articulation and it kind of like sticks here, just give it an extra little push and you're able to articulate both legs completely up, just like so, which is pretty decent amount of articulation. But then again, it is a transformer, so you'd expect it to have a pretty decent amount of articulation. And then you're going to come to the feet, and the feet are going to be able to move forward, backwards, and they're going to pivot side to side. I wanted to show you guys how the head lights up, but unfortunately we have a party foul from Threezero because they did not include batteries. Normally the batteries would go into the head here, and there's a little switch there, and the eyes for Blitzwing will light up, but come on guys, it's 2019. I'm sure you can toss in a couple cell batteries for an expensive figure. Let me go ahead and show you how to assemble the back wings to this backpack, which attaches to his back. What you're going to do is just grab this part here. This is going to be called the backpack, and with the pointy wings, like the shark fins pointing up like this, that's the way you're going to do it. You're going to grab one of the wings, and there's going to be a little hex hole there, and then you're going to insert the post into there like this so it fits. And then you grab the other one and insert it so it fits. There you go. Okay, and that's how that's done. And you also are going to have a bit of articulation with the wings. And then all you do is just snap the wings into his back. There are two little grooves right here, and just snap it in, and Blitzwing has his wings. I'm going to show you how to put the missiles onto the Null-ray Blaster. I already put this one on. It's just like a little slot that is inside of the missile right here. Just take a second to line it up and give it a push, Make sure both of them are secure on there. And then you're actually able to attach this to his right arm, so he has a really huge blaster on his arm. Let's go ahead and do that next. The way you're going to attach the blaster to his arm is you're slowly going to wiggle off his arm until you see a metal post right here, and then just take the blaster and line it up with the post right there and wiggle it back down. This might be a little bit tough. I had a little bit of trouble getting it on there, but it does work. You just have to kind of wiggle it back down. Really quickly, I just want to show everyone where these tail wings go, because I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people wondering where they go because the instructions are not so clear. In the back lower area here, there's actually two little sections where these ball joints pop into. What you want to do is line it up and give it a push, and then you're going to have his two tail wings, which are ball jointed and are also articulated. If you're planning on using the dynamic stand, guys, listen, it's a little bit tricky and the instructions are not that clear, okay? So I'm just going to show you really quick. Number one, the bottom foot base pops into here. Once you pop these two sections in, I think you're not going to be able to get them out without breaking it, or possibly maybe having to use a screwdriver to pry them out. So know that once you assemble this, it's going to be assembled. Now, the way you move this up and down, there's a locking mechanism. There's this little tab here. You push it up to be able to move it up and down, and then when you want to lock it, you push it down and then it locks into place. On the back here is going to be a button, sort of like a tab, that you pull down if you want this to move up and down. The next thing that might look a bit tricky to you is this post here that goes into the figure. Now you might be wondering, well, in the instructions this is facing up, how are they moving it? It doesn't move. Well, this actually slides out and it's on a gear, and what you want to do is you want to take the figure, and right back here is a little plug, little plastic piece that you want to get out. Then take the little gear piece here, attach it to the hip, make sure the gear part is facing to the right, and pop it in like so. And then you're able to bring him over, kind of work the other parts out of the way here, and gear him in so you can get him into dynamic poses. Final thoughts. What do I think of the Threezero Blitzwing Transformers figure? The one thing that stands out the most is definitely the articulation. It is a heavily articulated figure. You're going to be able to do insane amount of poses with him. I'm pretty confident you'll have a fun time setting him up and putting him on the dynamic base. Also, he's just a large figure, much larger than the Bumblebee figure. Releasing Blitzwing gives me hope that Threezero will definitely do an Optimus Prime, which is obviously, the crowning achievement of the company to make that figure. It would be something I would absolutely love to see. I love the film Bumblebee. It was really, really done well. It's probably my favorite Transformers live action film to date. What don't I like about the figure? The first thing is probably the diecast. There is really no diecast on the figure, except for the joints in the arms and the hips and maybe the knees. But as far as the parts on the sides, there's no diecast. I wish they included batteries. It's 2019. Let's include batteries, guys. And the last thing is, obviously, he does not transform into a jet. But, that might be a big deal to some people. To me personally, if I were to buy this figure, I would never leave him in, jet mode. I would always keep him in the robot mode. I'm pretty sure most Transformers collectors keep their figures into robot mode anyway. But besides that, if you are a diehard Transformers collector, or if you're just a, you know, collector of movie masterpiece series figures, you know, it's definitely a cool figure. I can, you know, safely recommend it. You can pick him up. He's priced pretty well. I think he's around $199. And besides that, I really appreciate you guys watching my review. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section below and I'll try to pop in and answer them for you. And that's it. So until next time, thanks again. See you guys soon.